Coach Greg. In today's video, are you sick and tired of being short? Well, a Georgia man paid $80,000 to go from being 5'5" to now 6 feet tall. And many people thinking, oh, this is a joke. It's not true. But what they don't realize is this is actually a viable alternative, and it's way more common than people think. And so imagine this guy went from being 5'5", that's even shorter than me, to now 6 feet tall, which is in fact taller than average. The average man in the United States, 5'9". And for the most part, people are saying, why would you do this? Well, to answer that, Denzel Ziggers opened up a social media account. He should have paid for therapy instead. Insecure people like this will find another imaginary flaw to latch onto. But I hope he is happy and stays happy. And so with any new surgery, people are so quick to judge. That person needs psychological counseling. I would never do that. But remember, perhaps you're not a 5'5" tall man. In the real world, short guys have an extremely difficult time dating females.
You a midget, I can't do it.
I'm sorry, baby. It's the height, but we could be friends.
I almost feel bad,
But you know, pass.
For the most part, women do not want to date men who are shorter than them. And so if you're a short guy, it's kind of like being a fat chick. Sure, you can still date people. People still gonna love you, but not as many. And so remember, I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You want to hear, just love yourself and everybody's going to love you. But listen, I'm hoping the women can relate. How many women out there think it's okay to get breast implants, a BBL, a nose job, porcelain veneers, hair extensions, liposuction, skin pigmentation? How many girls out there are wearing high heels? Think of it. You literally have shoes to look taller. And so is it really a surprise that a guy would want to be taller? And you know what the difference is? It's socially acceptable. We're used to it. Breast implants? Oh, that's not a big deal. Women do it all the time. But when women first started getting it, people would say, oh, you don't need that. Beauty, it comes from within.
That's just something ugly people say.
Yeah, it's all fun and games to say that, but in the real world, beauty, in fact, matters. The more attractive you are, the more likely you're going to find a mate. Just love yourself. Who gives a shit? From a 5'9" on a good day Italian. 5'9" is the average height for a man in America. What if you were 4'9"? You ever thought of that? And so to me, if a guy wants to be taller, I totally get it. Remember, I'm a 5'6" manlet, a hobbit. And would I like to be taller? Of freaking course I would. How could I not want to be taller? When I was playing sports growing up, playing basketball, don't you think I wanted to be a little bit taller? I wanted to be a baller.
I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her.
Well, more recently, I probably just text her, but you know what I'm talking about. If you spend $80K just to attract her, imagine what it will take to keep her. Wow. And yeah, I get it. $80,000 for a lot of people, it's a lot of money. But for some people, it's pennies. It's literally chump change. And so the money means absolutely nothing to me. If I could snap my fingers right now and pay $8 million and be 5 inches taller and have to not go through the bullshit of it, I absolutely would do it. It's only $8 million, but I can afford it. Not everyone has the money to do it. And so if I felt like it, I want to be more proportionate. I could in fact spend $80,000, go through perhaps 6 months of recovery, and be a couple of inches taller. And am I going to do this? No, I don't feel like going through the torture. But for many people who feel inferior, they feel like they can't attract a woman, they can't get a great job, it's something they think about nonstop, it's 100% worth it to them. To me, it is no different than a woman saying, I want to get breast implants, ass implants, a BBL, liposuction, nose lift, and so on. How is it any different? You know the world's messed up when people are calling 5'11" short. Anything under 6 feet apparently is considered short these days, especially online. 100% accurate. And in a society where beauty is paramount, where the best looking people have a huge advantage over the rest of us, can you not understand the temptation for people who can afford it to want to be taller? I like short guys. And yes, of course, there are some girls out there that like short guys. But if you look at the statistical research, if you're 5'5" or under, you can only choose from approximately 15% of the population. And my personal opinion to that is there's nothing wrong with that. Why can't a woman want a taller man? To me, that's no different than a man saying, I want an attractive woman. I want a woman with a curvy body. I want a knockout. Eye candy on the arm. There's nothing wrong with that. You have the right to be attracted to whoever you want. And so whether you like short, fat, skinny, tall, rich, poor, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter!
But if you're somebody who lacks confidence and wishes that they could do something about it, and that there's a surgery that you can afford that allows you to gain that, then why wouldn't you do it? I'm 173 centimeters tall and happy with the height. Yeah, he's about 2.5 inches taller than me, close to average height for an American. I'd probably also be happy with this. And so it's so strange for people to complain when they're of average height. Oh, I have a C-cup breast and I'm happy with them. I don't need implants. Yeah, tell that to the girl with an A-cup. And so in a world where women wear makeup, hair extensions, spends hours and hours a day to look perfect, we dress up, we buy the best clothes, we try to look our absolute best to attract the opposite sex. Is it really a stretch to think that a guy would spend $80,000 to look 7 inches taller? Imagine going from 5'5" to 6 feet tall. That is an incredible transformation. Imagine just being 2 or 3 inches taller. And every guy knows every inch matters. Adding 1, maybe 2 inches, imagine how much more difference that could make to making you and your partner happy.
That's what she said.
In some cases, removing an inch or 2. We don't want to go there.
According to doctors, more people are inquiring about limb lengthening surgery to become taller.
And so although this may seem over the top or strange or just crazy right now, in several years from now, it becomes more commonplace. I believe more and more people are going to get this surgery. Being of short stature is of a significant disadvantage here in this world, not just in this pursuit of relationships, but financially as well. I even asked a woman, who is the hottest guy in the world, the most attractive man here on this earth? Her response, Chris Hemsworth, he is a 10. Absolutely a dream body, gorgeous man. I said, what if he was 5'6"? Coach Greg's height. Said, he'd probably be an 8. And so those of you guys out there who are 5'9", 6 foot, perhaps 6'2", you have no idea of the advantages you have. But to the short kings of the world, guys like Coach Greg, 5'6" and shorter, it's okay. You can do other things to make up for it. Yeah, you'll never be a 10. Not to most people, but that's okay. We all have our imperfections. And so being short, it's okay. But if you want to be taller and you want to spend $80,000 to do so, to me, that is also okay. Do what makes you happy. And if you can't afford the $80,000, you could just identify as being tall. Hey, I'm tall, identify as being tall. And if people don't buy that, you can just claim to be a woman. Hey everyone, I now identify as a female. I'm 5'6", and so for a girl, I'm very much above average. And so, am I short? No. I'm taller than the average woman. And so if you average out males and females together and you say, what is the average height of the average human being in North America? It's in fact 5'6.25". The average human being of adult height, 5'6.25". Hey Greg, fancy a we swapped height for a day collab video. I'm fed up with banging my head on stuff anyway. And so Mark Lewis also races bikes like Coach Greg. He's 6'6" tall. And so for him, perhaps he doesn't like it. Perhaps he wants to be a man like Coach Greg, 5'6". He wouldn't bump into things. But for the most part, being taller has advantages in many aspects of life, unless perhaps you're a gymnast, being shorter is an advantage. But in the end, try to accept yourself for who you are and make the most of it. Work on being the best version of yourself and try to be happy. Remember, if you're watching this, it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot shorter. It could be a lot poorer. You could be struggling a lot more. And so try to be happy. And I don't have any supplements to help with your height, but the one supplement I do have that I recommend, GO2 Max, the main ingredient, NMN, been shown in double-blind, placebo-controlled human trials to dramatically improve your cardio. Do your cardio 150 minutes a week, eat healthy, exercise. And if you're interested in GO2 Max, click the link in the description, code Greg, 10% off. Also, training books, coaching plans by me and my team, the Circle Diet book, my life's work, how to lose weight and keep it off, as well as the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. And if you have no money, head over and get the free diet and training program. It's almost 50 pages in length. It's very educational. Please get that. Enter your first and last name and email address. It's coming straight to you. And until next time, I am out.